Alright, what's going on, guys? Scouts 311 back, Arkham Horror. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here. The Ancient One's got 2 more Doom tokens before he comes out. The Deep 1 track on the Innsmouth board is half full. We have 3 gates sealed. And we have 2 investigators this turn trying to get into some other ones. So the first player is going to be Joe. He has a 5 speed. And he is going to head straight up to the unnameable. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you actually only need a 4 speed, but that's alright. And he's going to stop here to get in this gate. He's got 5 clues. He's going to try to get through this gate quickly. Well, hopefully he gets through easily. Then Min is up, and Min is going, since she's like the toughest character we have now, she's going 2 speed. I moved her over. And she's heading after French Hill into the Witch House, and she's going to go after this Deep One, and she's going to fight him. So before the fight starts, well, any phase you can do. Well, yeah, you have to do these things before the fight, I believe. So she's going to cast Shrivelin. It costs her 1 sanity, puts her sanity down to 2. Well, actually, let me think this through. Actually, I may just try to sneak past this guy. The problem with putting my sanity down to 2 is if he can actually, if I fail my sanity roll, he can actually knock me out. But I have such a good, with all those bonuses, you know, I think I'm just going to sneak past him. I'd like to use that. But I have bonuses, and he has a nothing to sneak. So I'm gonna attempt to sneak past him. That's what I'm gonna do, because we gotta close these gates. I don't need to spend time fighting. So she's gonna try to sneak past this guy at +0. So she has a 4 to her sneak right now, plus the bonus for having an ally. So she has 5 to her sneak right now. See if she has anything else that she can cast. Actually, no, that's not. No, I completely forgot why I was going to do this. Because of the planetary alignment card, all spells cost no sanity, so I don't have to worry about losing the sanity to cast the Shrivelin spell. So I'm going to still do. I want to try to kill the guy. I want to get him off the board. All right, so I guess I will do it. So I'm going to cast Shrivelin. Cast a modifier of -1. And that gives her, so she has a Laura 4, so that's a 3, but then she gets the bonus for having Thomas, so she has a 4 dice to cast this successfully. And she gets 2 6s, so she successfully casts Shrivelin, which gives her +6 to her combat check until the end of this combat. So, now she gets to do the lore test, or the will test on this guy. The problem is, that's what the problem was. He has a -2. She only has 2 will right now. Actually, she has 3 will for her card, so she gets 1 die, and then another die for her bonus for having her ally. So she can... Oh, she failed that. Is anybody else doing a big roll this turn? I think I'm going to try it again with Mandy's reroll ability. Oh, she failed anyway, so that was Mandy's ability on her reroll. Dang. So, because she failed, she takes 2 sanity, which knocks her down to 1. Which is a bit scary. Especially going into the other world. So, hopefully it's not going to screw us. And now she gets +6 to her combat. This guy doesn't have any type of resistances. Plus the 3 she has is 9. Plus the 2 she gets, 1 from Thomas, 1 from an ally, is 11. So she gets 11 dice to do 2 hits to this guy. -1 for his thing. So 10 dice to do 2 hits. She gets 2 hits already on the first 5 of 10. So she takes out the Deep One. And she gets that as a trophy. And she's going to end up going through the gate. And then Mandy, way up here in Innsmouth, is going to move to the Marsh Refinery to get this clue. So she's got a move of 3. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3 to the Marsh Refinery. Pick up this clue, and she's going to start using clues, I think, to try to get the feds involved in case that track starts filling up. So during the upkeep phase, if you are on a area in Innsmouth, you can use a clue token to put, basically there's a clue track over here for the feds that are colored. There's 2 orange, 2 blue, and 2 green. There's orange, green, and blue neighborhoods here. So there's 3 locations in a street. So if she's in the blue here in her upkeep phase, she could spend a clue she has to put it on the blue track. So basically you have to be in each neighborhood, put 2 clues from each color on the board there. Fill it up to 6, 2 for each area. So it takes a little while to fill it up. Problem is, I don't know if it's worth it, because she only has 1 clue. I don't know, she'll be able to fill it up enough, but she's kind of out of the whole clue hunt right now, because if she actually has her card for her personal story, actually, I don't know if I was doing that right. Gotta check something. Okay, so sorry about that. I had to see how this card works. So her personal story is breaking the chain, which is each time a gate is prevented from opening by an Elder Sign token, which has been done 3 times. And I have to go back to double check, but I'm pretty sure it's done 3 times. I want to make sure I didn't mess up one. Put a clue token on this card. If there are ever 5, place the broken chain in play. But basically what the broken chain allows you to do is close and seal a gate of your choice. So what I'm hoping is when they seal these 2, hopefully they seal the 2 and get to 5 tokens. And if we get 2 more tokens on her card before they get to go seal another one, she'll get to seal one on her own, just anywhere instantly, and then we can win. So that's kind of the plan, but we have to hope the cards are good for us coming out of the Mythos deck, so it's not a good plan. But I'm not really worried about her keeping her token, her clues. It's going to be hard for her to get 5 clues anytime soon. So, yeah. I think I'm just going to keep her there, and upkeep I'm going to spend that clue to start filling up the Fed track. I think so. Okay, so we'll move on now. Everybody moved. So we're now to the Arkham encounter phase. So Joe goes into the portal to the city of the Great Race, which is here on the board, right here. Then Min hops in to this Great Hall of Selenio, which is here. And then Mandy is in the Marsh Refinery. So she gets to pull a card for that, which we have yet to do. Let's do a quick shuffle since we haven't used them yet. Alright, so the Marsh Refinery. It says you are not alone in here. Pass a sneak -2 check, or a monster appears. If you pass the check or defeat the monster, gain $5 as you discover a cache of gold. Nice. Sneak -2 check. We already used her reroll earlier in the turn, didn't we? Yeah, when Min fought. So she has 1 chance at this, or a monster's going to appear. So she has a sneak of 3 right now. Her dark cloak gives her a bonus to evade checks, but those are not sneak checks. And she has a silver key, which lets her evade without rolling, but this is a sneak test, not an evade test. So basically she has to roll this with 1 die. Okay, so let's see what she gets. Come on, Mandy. A 4! So monster's appearing, and there's no way we can stop it because we used our reroll already. So let's see what comes out at her. It is a deep one. Makes sense, that's coming in Innsmouth. So she has to fight this guy, who's going to be a little hard for her to fight, but she can try to sneak past him when they pop out. at a +0. So she does have 3 sneak. Or actually, it's an evade when she does this. So she could actually use her silver key, which I think she's going to use this time. So put 1 stamina token on from the bank on the silver key before making an evade check to automatically pass it. Discard it after there are 3 tokens on it. So that means that she automatically evades the deep one who tries to ambush her. So he goes back to the box. If you pass the check or defeat the monster, so she didn't defeat him, she evaded him. I don't think it's the same thing. Okay, so I don't think she gets the $5 because she just evaded the monster. Probably ran away out of the area, so she didn't kill him and then spent time to look around. So it says defeat. Defeat to me means kill, not evade. So at least she didn't get her butt kicked, because she would have a hard time beating that guy. He has some bad modifiers. Okay, so that's the whole round of Arkham encounter phases. So now our guys are in the other world. So Joe Diamond here gets to go first, and he gets to pick a card from the city of the Great Race, green or yellow. So we get red first, then blue, then red, then blue, then green. There we go. And we have a City of the Great Race specific one. Pass a luck, -1 check to find something useful among the incomprehensible artifacts. If so, draw a unique item. Ooh, that's nice for him because that'll actually finish his story. Luck -1. Let's see what he gets. His luck is 1, but he has a +1 to luck, so his luck is 2, so he gets 1 die. So that the chance of this happening is a little slim. 5. Nice. He succeeds with a 5. So he draws a unique item. Awesome. And he gets a enchanted jewelry. Put 1 stamina token from the bank on enchanted jewelry to avoid losing 1 stamina. If there are 3 stamina tokens on it, discard it. So it's kind of like a little shield almost for him. Alright, so he now has a unique item and enough trophies. So how did he have to finish his story? If he is at the Silver Twilight Lodge during upkeep, he could spend the 5 toughness and a unique item to finish his story. Okay. So he's done, and now Min's going to go in the Great Hall of Selenio, which is blue and green. So we get a blue, other. Pass a luck -1 check to discover a cache of ancient papers containing valuable information about the mythos. Gain 1 clue token for every success you roll on your luck check. The problem with her is she has 0 luck. No, that's Mandy. She has 0 luck too. The ally will give her +1, but it's a -1 check, so they'll go back to 0. Her lantern actually gives her a +1 in luck, though. So she'll still get 1 die. So let's get 1 die. We can roll 1. There's no penalty to this. We just don't get a clue. So let's see what she gets. A 1. So she fails. And basically, she just doesn't get a clue. No actual anything evil when she fails that, so I'm not going to worry about it. It'd be nice to have it, but we're not going to worry about it. Alright, so now we move on to the mythos phase. The woods, which is sealed. So that means we put another clue on Mandy's card. So 1 more clue and she gets to close a gate and seal it. No, any gate in the game. Clue appears at Independence Square, which has a gate. So that's not going to work for her. Circle monsters don't move. Let's see. Diamond monster does not move. Plus monster does not move. And the moon monster doesn't move anyway. So none of the monsters move. So this is a pretty good thing. Now we actually have to add one of the tokens to one of the deep ones, though, to the tracker because the gate stopped. The gate was sealed. It couldn't come out, so we added deep one to the trackers. Well, 2 more. The ancient one wakes on there. All right, so nice. All monsters in locations are returned to the cup. But none of the monsters we have are... Oh, yeah, we do have some monsters in locations. The ghost is in an independent square. This is a location. So it's not anything not in the street, basically. So he gets returned to the cup. And then we got 2 in the sky and 2 in the street here, which they stay on the board. Alright, so that's good. Okay. Now we have to draw a Innsmouth look card for Joe Diamond. If you do not have the Innsmouth look, nothing happens. Awesome. So let's reshuffle this deck up again. Okay. And that's the end of that round. So let's move on to the next one. Why don't we? Let me figure out what I want to do. Alright, so Min goes first this round, but before we start our upkeep phase, or during our upkeep phase, Mandy is going to spend the 1 clue that she got to put it on the Fed board up here. She's in the blue part of town, the factory district, so she's going to place it in the blue section to start filling this up. I don't know if it's going to matter in the end, but might as well try and start working on it. Because she's not going to get enough clues to fill a gate up in time, I don't think. Alright, so Min is actually up first. So she moves over 1. Then Mandy is up in the far area, and she is going to move 2. I moved her down to 1 speed, but she has a +1 speed card. And she's going to head to the First National Grocery. Right here. And since she ended her movement here, she has to roll for to not get arrested for being in Innsmouth at a +1. The first time score gets a +1 to her sneak test. So I'm going to double check that's the right time to do that. I think it's after movement. Okay, so it is after the movement, once you end your movement on a location. But the one thing that I did screw up about it was that you actually, and I don't think it affected us technically, but the way it really works is you don't have to worry about getting arrested in Innsmouth until the Doom track on the ancient one is at least halfway past, halfway, done. Half of the ancient one's Doom track is full, which it is now, so it does matter now. But it's not something you have to worry about in the very beginning of the game. Our Doom track rose so fast in the beginning that I'm sure before anybody even got there we would have had to worry about it, but... Okay, so she could pass that sneak test. She actually has a +1 to evade and 5 dice, plus the 1 there. So she's just... I'm not going to use the silver key. I'm going to go for it. She actually has a +1 to speed, which affects her sneak. Oh, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. So her sneak is 5. She has a +1 for her dark cloak to an evade test, which is 6. And then she gets +1 on this space for 7. So she gets 7 dice. I think she should be able to do this. Alright, she got 2 6s and a 5 on the... She's still got 2 dice left. So she passes that, so she does not get caught or arrested while being in Innsmouth now. So she's done moving. So everybody... then Joe Diamond actually gets to move over in the Great City of the Great Race. Okay, so we start with Mandy, because it's Arkham encounters, not Otherworld encounters. So it says here, instead of having an encounter here, you may spend $1 to search the common item deck for a food or research material card. So she's going to do that. She's going to spend $1 and search for a research material card. Now what a research material card does basically is it's like a clue. It's basically a clue. So let's find it and I'll show the wording on it. There we go. And we have to shuffle up this deck real quick since we searched through it. All right. So basically, the research material card says, discard research materials instead of spending 1 clue token. So we could discard these on the next upkeep phase to put another clue on the track for the feds up in Innsmouth on the blue. So the blue will be done. Okay, and now other world encounters. It is Min is first player, so she goes first. So blue and green in the Great Hall of Seleno. So that's yellow, red, blue. So we have to do the other test. You've completed your task, but now you must escape before the portal closes. Pass a speed -2 check to return to Arkham. If you fail, you are lost in time and space. In either event, you automatically close the gate you entered through. Wow. So does that mean she could seal it, too? If she closes it, right? I think so. I don't know. That's iffy. Speed -2 check. That's bad, because her speed's low. Because I didn't need her to have a high speed. So she gets 1 die. She gets 1 die on this test because she has a speed of 2 and a speed -2. Loss in time and space means she's going to lose some turns. We haven't used Mandy's reroll yet, so she has a 0 speed, but she does have Thomas, which gives her +1. So we have 1 die, and that's about all she can do. Alright, well, let's just see what we get, because there's nothing I can do about that. 1 die. 5! Yes! What a roll. Get a 5. Elder sign. So she succeeds at the speed test, which means you pass a speed to return to Arkham. If you fail, you are lost in time and space. In either event, you automatically close the gate you entered through. That is awesome. So she gets to come back to Arkham. So I think you can go to any space in Arkham, but we're going to send her back to the gate, right? To the Great Hall of Seleno, where she can automatically close the gate. So since she can automatically close the gate, this gate is closed, and she's going to spend her 5 clues that she has to seal it. So she's got the 5 clues here. So she's going to spend those and seal that puppy. So we got 4 gates sealed. That was an awesome card. Alright, so 4 gates sealed. And we have a star, or yeah, like a star kind of on this one. But I don't think we have any creatures with that symbol. I haven't seen it yet since we started playing. Nope. So she gets a gate trophy, though. How many gates are left? 2. So if we close the other 2 gates, technically, just closing them, we can also win, as long as there's no other gates on the board. We have enough gate trophies to win if there's no gates on the board. There's only 2. It's still going to be really hard to do that before another gate comes out, just the way the game is. But we've got a lot closed, so we got 4 closed right now, or sealed. So it does limit some of the gates. Alright, nice. So Joe Diamond is up, and he's in his other world still. And he's in the City of the Great Race, which is green or yellow. Green, and we have one for it. The conical entity tries to teach you some magic. Pass a lore -2 check to draw 2 spells. So that means we have to have 2 successes. Lore -2. His lore is 2. He has no way to do this test. He has no bonuses. So he is just going to fail. His lore is not terrible anyway. He's not a spellcaster. So nothing terrible happens. He just doesn't get to draw 2 spells. Okay. So that's the end of us. So now we need to get the Mythos card. And let's hope it's not terrible. Let's see what we get. The Unnameable, which, it has a gate. But the good thing about it having a gate means it doesn't spawn another one. But we do have a Monster Surge. So this is the number of players or number of gates open. We actually have more players than gates open right now. There's only 2 gates open and 3 players. So we have 3 monsters coming out. The unnameable has to have a majority of the monsters that come out because that's the place named in the card. So the first monster will go to the unnameable, and that is going to be a Bayaki. So he's going to go there. The second monster is heading to Independence Square on the top of the Arkham to the there, and that is going to be a Gug. We haven't seen the Gugs yet. -2 to sneak. They're pretty damn tough. Look at that. They do 4 damage to you, 2 to your sanity, and it takes 3 to kill them, and they have an overwhelming ability. They are not pleasant people to deal with. So that sucks. And then the third one is going to go back on the unnameable. And that is going to be a Shogoth, which is pretty tough as well. But the thing about it is there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in Arkham. We're at our limit. So this is 7. So he's actually not going to go on the board. He's going to go to the outskirts. Our limit is 3 plus the number of investigators, 6. We already have 6 on the board because we have 2 in the sky, which counts. So he goes straight to the outskirts. So we still only have 1 on each space. Okay. So now a clue appears at the woods, which is sealed, so we can still put a clue there. There's no gate there. And let's see. Circle moves. Nobody's in the streets. So the flying monsters won't be moving. We have another circle here. So since there's nobody in the streets here for this circle to go to, over here, there's nobody in the streets to go to. He's going to actually go up to the sky. So he's off that gate, which is good. Then we have a plus, which does not move. We have a diamond, which moves white. So this guy heads over to the downtown area. Over here. A little far load, I'm sorry. There we go. The elder thing moves from north side, down white to downtown. And then we have a slash back here for the Gug that does not move. So that's all the monsters. And then we get Drake's Carnival arrives, environment. So that gets rid of our planetary alignment environment card, which I should have made more use of while it was out. Investigators who end their movement in the north side streets gain 1 clue token from the sinister wonders they witness, but must pass a will -1 check or lose 1 sanity. Interesting. Okay, so there's a thing for the downtown. Was it the north side streets? If you end your movement in the north side streets. So I'm going to put this 2 token on the north side streets to remind me that there's something special about that location. I'll leave the card on the table. And that's the end of the Mythos phase. So now we move on to the Innsmouth Look card for Min. If you do not have the Innsmouth Look, nothing happens. We've still been awesome on that. And that is the end of the round. So we got 4 gates sealed. We have Joe Diamond coming out to try to seal 1 next turn. And if we get 1 more card of a gate that cannot come out because of a seal, then Mandy Thompson's story card is going to finish, which actually means we get to close and seal another gate instantly. So we're looking good. The tracks are still haven't moved in a while. At least the ancient ones hasn't. We're still 2 away from him coming out, so it's pretty neck and neck right now. It's a little intense here. So hopefully we can pull it out. It'd be awesome. All right, thanks for watching. See you guys later.